Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome all the graduates, their families and friends, college faculty and staff, Board of Trustees, and other honored guests to celebrate the 49th commencement ceremony of the College of Lake County. At this time, please remain standing for the national anthem. I would like to invite Brianna Engstrom to come forward.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at our twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Brianna. Please be seated. Commencement is one of the most important days we celebrate as an educational institution. This day is dedicated to recognizing the academic achievement of the graduates. I'm excited to join the college community and to celebrate this happy occasion. I would like to begin by introducing members on the stage. The Board of Trustees provide leadership and direction to the College of Lake County. They dedicate their time and expertise to ensure a high-quality learning environment and the advancement of student success. Trustees, please stand as I announce your name so we may recognize your dedication to CLC. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Chair of the Board, Richard Anderson. Vice Chair of the Board, Dr. Catherine Finger. Secretary of the Board, Barb Olschlager. Trustee Amanda Howland, and Trustee Julie Schroka. Thank you for your service and contributions. Also seated on the stage are honored guests who deserve recognition for their contributions to CLC. Each will stand as announced, and again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Representing the Alumni Board of Directors, Mr. Sam Valenti. Interim Vice President of Educational Affairs, Dr. Allie O'Brien. Communications Instructor and Faculty Senate Chair, Lynn Harper. CLC instructor and CLC's 2018 Outstanding Part-Time Faculty Award recipient, Teal Mercant, and 2017-2018 Student Government Association President, Corinne Smith. Thank you for your service and contributions. And finally, we extend our warm welcome to the 2018 graduation speaker, Dr. Darren Pollard, President of Montgomery College. Graduates, commencement is a day of celebration. It is an important recognition of your hard work, your persistence, and the sacrifices you have made to accomplish your degree. You have climbed the mountain, demonstrated courage, and through this journey, you have opened doors to a very bright future. Commencement is also a day of celebration for those who've been on this journey with you. Your achievement today is shared by your family and friends. Your success is evidence of their love, support, and belief in you. Your achievement is also a proud moment for those who have invested their time, knowledge, and talent and energy to help you develop intellectually and personally. The faculty and staff of CLC are deeply committed to your success. Their work has prepared you to engage in and contribute to our diverse and global society. On behalf of the entire college community, I extend my congratulations and wish you the very best as you move forward in the next chapter of your life. Know that your CLC community is always here for you, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future. Well done, College of Lake County, Class of 2018. At this time, I would like to invite Board Chair, Mr. Richard Anderson, to offer a brief message from the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Suddick. I did threaten earlier to go off script, but I figure I better stay on script. On behalf of the College of Lake County Board of Trustees, I am delighted to extend our congratulations to each of you. Commencement is a really great moment for the Board of Trustees because it demonstrates the impact of our mission, and that is to provide high-quality learning opportunities for each and every one of our students. Today, the college has 1,841 graduates achieving their dream of earning a degree and a certificate. And more than 550 of these graduates are participating in one of today's commencement ceremonies, a record number for CLC. And by completing your degree or certificate, you are assuring yourself of a better future, and it should be comforting to realize that your degree or certificate demonstrates that you possess both academic and life skills needed to transition into gainful employment or advance your higher education credentials. Sitting where you're sitting right now was someplace I sat a number of years ago. Yes, I'm a graduate of CLC, and I was thinking about all the different jobs I've had since being on the Board of Trustees. I used to be a bartender, a disc jockey, a research technician, and now I'm an attorney. So I know what it's like to try to put yourself through college and have a family at home and have people demanding your time when you have to study. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we congratulate you on your achievement today. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Anderson. I'd like to invite Corinne Smith, CLC's 2017-2018 Student Government Association President, to deliver greetings on behalf of the students.
Good afternoon, graduates, families, and friends. Never would I have imagined myself being up here speaking in front of you, but CLC's opportunities made it happen. Just like I'm sure many of you feel, my time at CLC flew by faster than I could imagine. It must feel so encouraging to have put on that cap and gown this afternoon, a symbol of completing one chapter and moving on to the next, whether that next be another university, the workforce, or time for yourself or your family. Regardless, you should all feel proud to be here right now. I'd like to take this time to extend so many thanks to the many people who got us where we are today, starting with some of my own personal thank yous. During my 2 years at CLC, I was lucky enough to be in the Honors Scholars Program both years, which also gave me an on-campus job in the amazing childcare we have here on campus. Thank you to Nick Chavera and James Kreiser for heading such an amazing program, and to Sandy and all of my coworkers in the preschool who provided me such valuable experiences. I worked hard multitasking as a student athlete as well. Thank you to all of our staff and coaches in the gym and athletics area for giving us a space to continue our passions. I also became president of the Student Government Association and vice president of the Phi Theta Kappa Honors Society. Thank you to all the individuals that encouraged me to step into these positions, and to those who lead such honorable organizations here at the college. The support I have received from the people running these organizations is undescribable. And lastly, thank you to my family and closest friends for the never-ending support for me. Like many of you, I could not have done this without my support system. Just like me, I'm sure many of you have thanks to give. CLC has given us support to help us succeed in so many ways. Thank you to all the CLC tutors, staff, professors, and administrators who have encouraged our academic growth. To the advisors, counselors, One Stop Center, Women's Center, and CLC Foundation members who have supported us financially and emotionally as we pursue our own goals. And thank you to all the individuals that keep CLC running behind the scenes who often go unnoticed. The librarians, chefs, groundskeepers, custodial staff, technicians, and facility maintenance crews. It is these hardworking individuals who ensure CLC is a safe and welcoming environment for all. Succeeding at CLC also takes personal commitment to grow and achieve beyond the support of these amazing people. Because of that, thank you and congratulations to all of you sitting here who have persevered in school regardless of outside commitments and responsibilities or hardships that seem to detour the journey. Many of us hold part-time or full-time jobs, go home to our own families, play sports, or have other obligations outside of our academic lives, and it can be difficult to do it all. But your many hours studying, going to class, meeting with professors in office hours, and I'm sure feeling stressed out every once in a while have paid out. You deserve this degree and are on to bigger and better things. I admire each and every one of you for working hard and for deciding to pursue a higher education. We are all diverse in our stories and experiences, and CLC accepts that diversity with open arms. So I am proud to have spent this time with all of you here at CLC, whether we met or not. Remember to give thanks for those who have supported you, and remember to pat yourself on the back too. Congratulations, class of 2018, and best of luck to all of you in the future. You did it.
Thank you, Corinne. We wish you the best of success at Elmhurst College. I'm honored to introduce Teal Mercant, who was selected by the students as the CLC 2018 Outstanding Part-Time Faculty Award recipient. Professor Mercant has taught sociology and gender and sexuality studies at CLC since 2011. Her teaching style is guided by the necessity for flexibility within structure, the importance of interaction between all members of the classroom, and the belief that all students can do well if provided with multiple and varied opportunities to perform at their best. She encourages students to speak up, work with each other, and apply concepts of sociology to their own lives. She begins each semester establishing ground rules about respect for one another and recognition of diverse viewpoints and experiences as an integral part of learning and growing as individuals. Outside of the classroom, Professor Mercant assists with Safe Zone training for CLC employees and students, serves on the Instruction and Faculty Development Committee of the Diversity Council, and is the Vice Chair of CLC's newly established LGBTQ+ Employee Resource Group. She is also a board member of the Illinois Political Science Association. Professor Mercant holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Behavioral and Social Sciences with a concentration in sociology and minors in psychology and women's studies from Indiana University East, and a master's degree in sociology from Ball State University in Indiana. I am very pleased to present CLC's 2018 Outstanding Part-Time Faculty Award recipient, Teal Mercant.
Trying to figure out what to do with this, right? Thank you, Lori. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me start by saying congratulations to all of you. You made it. We are all very, very proud of you, and I'm going to say some more in my actual scripted speech, but I just want to say that again, because you're going to hear that from us over and over. We're proud, and you should be proud. I'm honored to be a teacher here at College of Lake County. Working with so many of you as you've taken these steps on your journey is one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. I know how much of a difference college has made in your lives, and I also know that getting to this day hasn't always been easy for you. I know that many of you have had an uphill journey to this moment. You've all worked so hard to be here today. You juggle the demands of jobs, family, friends, and so many other obligations. Some of you have held a crying baby in your arms while studying for an exam, or come to class on no sleep because you worked third shift the night before. Some of you have come out to friends and family or to classmates or teachers during your time here at CLC, and we thank you for your bravery and we support you in that. Some of you were learning English as a second or third or even fourth language while taking classes in English, which, let me tell you, is incredibly impressive. English is a difficult language to learn, especially as an adult. Kudos to all of you for doing that. You've all had your ups and downs during your time here. Some of you have experienced loss, divorce, illness, car accidents, or deaths of family members or friends while working towards your goal. Some of you have wed, become parents, changed jobs, or moved into new homes. You've gone through some major life changes. You've sometimes been distracted by life outside of school. You've even fallen down now and then, but most importantly, you got back up and continued to pursue your dreams. You should be proud of yourselves, all of you. I know that I am very proud of each and every one of you. Be proud that you didn't give up. Someday, you will inspire someone else because you persevered. I know your struggles. I've had them too. You see, I dropped out of high school in the 10th grade. I could have easily given up then. But since the 6th grade, I knew I wanted to go to college. I wasn't ready for middle school, but I was ready for college. So I got my GED and I started college. Like some of you, I'm a first-generation college student. I'm the first person in my family to attend college and graduate. There was no one there to help me fill out my FAFSA forms because no one else had filled one out either. But I managed to muddle through the paperwork, took my placement tests, enrolled in classes, and then spent the next 7 years working towards my bachelor's degree while I worked as a waitress on night shift. Some of you can totally relate to that, right? I then went on to get my master's degree It was worth every bit of struggle I had to go through to get to the day I got to walk across the stage as all of you are doing today. Eventually, it led to a career that I love, teaching. And I know that all of you are heading towards your dreams as well. Let me say again, I know that getting here hasn't been easy. Many of you struggled not only with external conflicts, but with internal conflicts as well. Self-doubt, worry, and stress. Lots and lots of stress. Some of you have dealt with the burden of perfectionism and fear of failure. Some of you worried that you weren't doing it right, that others seemed to have an easier time. Some did, many didn't. Or that you were, who you were was somehow too messy to manage it all. But you pushed through anyway, and look at how far you've come. Brené Brown says that the willingness to show up changes us. It makes us braver each time. You showing up despite all of your fears and all of your worries changed you, one day at a time, one class at a time. And even when you made mistakes, you learn from those as well. Neil Gaiman argues that instead of fearing mistakes, we should welcome them, for they can actually transform our lives for the better. He encourages all of us to make interesting mistakes, make amazing mistakes, make glorious and fantastic mistakes, break some rules, leave the world more interesting for you being here. He's right. Give yourself permission to make mistakes. Give yourself permission to fail, because that also means you've given yourself permission to start, to try, to change your life, and ultimately to make a difference in the world. So many people dream of going to college, but fear they cannot achieve it, and so they don't even try. We tried. We succeeded, right? Yes. Today, be proud of yourself. Learn to love yourself and your life with all of its imperfections. Learn to love your mess and see your own worth. Be willing to make mistakes along the way as you try something new. Remember that all of the different parts of you make up the amazing person that you are. Honor your whole self today. And as you go forward in life, don't make yourself small. Don't hold yourself back out of fear. You were born to shine. Don't hide your light, because someday your light will shine the way for others to follow in your footsteps. You are someone's role model today, or you will be sometime in the future. Be you, be brilliant, and shine on. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Mercant. That was awesome. I would now like to ask Trustee Barb Olschlager to introduce our 2018 commencement speaker.
Good afternoon. It's indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to introduce to you our 2018 commencement speaker, Dr. Darian Pollard. Let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Pollard and why she is so very special to College of Lake County. She currently serves as president of Montgomery College in Maryland, and previous to that, she served as president of Las Positas College in Livermore, California. While at Montgomery College, she spearheaded the development of a new mission and strategic plan. Then, partnering with Montgomery County Public Schools and the universities at Shady Grove, she created a support program called Achieving Collegiate Excellence and Success, better known as ACES, that is designed to help disadvantaged students transition from high school to college completion. Montgomery College is also a member of the Achieving the Dream Network, which is a non-governmental movement for student success at community colleges across the country. Additionally, Dr. Pollard serves on the American Association of Community Colleges Board of Directors and is the president of the American Association for Women in Community Colleges. She was recently named as one of Washington's 100 Most Powerful Women by Washington Magazine, and the Carnegie Corporation honored her with their 2017 Academic Leadership Award. And quite frankly, her list of credentials goes on and on with her dedicated service on various boards and commissions. And as I'm sure you can tell by her background, accomplishments, and recognitions that she's received, Dr. Pollard is a true champion of student success. Now let me share with you a little insider information about Dr. Pollard. Dr. Pollard is no stranger to College of Lake County. In fact, many of you in the audience today, faculty, staff, already know Dr. Pollard and you have worked with her. You see, from 1995 to 2008, Dr. Pollard worked for College of Lake County, first as an English instructor, then moving on to other faculty and administrative roles, and then serving as CLC's Vice President for Educational Affairs. I had the honor and privilege of knowing and working with Dr. Pollard for those 13 years while she was here at CLC, and we still remain friends today. In fact, I remember when she interviewed with the Board of Trustees for the Vice President of Educational Affairs position, of which she was among several finalists for the job. Well, let me tell you, Dr. Pollard blew the Board of Trustees away with her extensive knowledge, her vision, her enthusiasm, and her commitment to student success. Hiring her for the position was one of the best decisions that we ever made. So with that said, please put your hands together and join me in welcoming home one of our very own CLC family members, my friend, Dr. Terrian Pollard.
Well, thank you, Trustee Oschlager, and good afternoon, graduates. Now, where I come from, commencement is supposed to be a little bit of a party. So we're going to try this again. Good afternoon, graduates. I like it. I like it. I am absolutely delighted to be here and would like to thank President Suddick, Board Chair Anderson, members of the Board of Trustees, graduates, families, and their friends for the distinctive honor of being back here today. As was mentioned, my face may be new to several of you, but to a few others it is not, because the College of Lake County is certainly one of my most favorite places in the world. But I have to tell you all, a few things have changed since I was here. There's been a lot of building going on. I heard you all had to suffer through a lot of construction over the last year. I see a few nods on that. But what I would tell you, in this gym, this was not even a space we hung out too much in when I was here, so I'm delighted to be here today. And while it may look different on the outside, my phone conversations with several old-timers who I still count as friends and colleagues have reminded me of just how much has stayed the same here at the College of Lake County. One of the things that I remember most vividly was how hard it was for me to leave this organization. I love my lovely Thai dissertation support group, where we spent many a day helping each other get through a doctoral program, or Bakes across the street, where I learned about professional networking over tequila. I will tell you that I always look forward to the annual ceramics sale and the college picnic in the fall. And at the same time, the things that called me to my next role were compelling. So there was tension. I said some tearful goodbyes and made a move from Chicago to California. And California was wonderful, and I grew in my skill sets there, and it set me up for an eventual move to Montgomery College, where I am now. Now, this move to Maryland was a big one for me. I switched coast. I bought a new home, I moved my family, my insurance policies, and my retirement plan I finally took out of Illinois. A few of you will know that was very prescient of me to do that. I meditated a lot to get myself into a place where change is normal and even positive, which we know can be very tough on humans from time to time. But then the unthinkable happened. And when the unthinkable happens, you usually find out who you really are. As such, this moment in my life taught me 3 invaluable maxims about life that I'd like to offer the graduates here today. So I was returning from Maryland after a family trip to Vegas to celebrate our new ventures. We'd hopped a red-eye that night, and I was starting my new role as president of Montgomery College that following Monday. So it was about 7 a.m. on Saturday morning as we had a layover in Atlanta and we got off the plane, and my sister called me hysterical. She was in the hospital with my father, who was coding literally as she was talking to me. They were trying to bring him back. He had gone down quickly after a brief one-day illness, and more importantly, my life started to spin. My dearest father, I was already a motherless child. I was not ready yet to be an orphan. I switched flights immediately. Meanwhile, my then 3-year-old son decided to lose his ever-loving mind. He complained that he didn't feel well, that he needed me to hold him continuously, and in a short time, Miles was burning up. I could feel the heat just rolling off of his body, and then he commenced to vomit all over me on the plane to Chicago. Now, our best friends picked us up from the airport with a change of clothes for me, and we separated as they took my spouse and son to the acute care center right here in Gurnee, and I took one of their cars into the city to the VA to check on my family. Now, while driving, another friend called me to check in, unknowing of what was happening in my life, and I started telling her about my father, about Miles, my son, about my then 95-year-old grandfather for whom my father was the primary caretaker, and about my anxiety about a new job that I was supposed to start in a couple of days. Y'all, I broke down. I absolutely lost it. She told me to pull over, and on the Eaton Spur, I cried. I cried hard. It was an ugly cry. You know that ugly cry? I was doing the ugly cry. And you know what she did? She sat there with me over the phone, offering soothing noises as only a good girlfriend can do. And literally, I felt like she was holding my hand while I was on the phone with her. And she gave me about 10 minutes to kind of wallow in my self-doubt. And then she said to me, "Pollard, it's time to suck it up. You got it out of your system, and now you got to go and do you." So I pulled myself together, got down to the hospital to find that my father was conscious, but the medical team couldn't stabilize his blood pressure, and other issues were starting to materialize. So lesson number 1, graduates, that I would offer to you: have a tribe of people who will check in on you, who will take care of you when you can't take care of yourself and you're struggling, like my best friends did for me that day, or those who were taking care of my 95-year-old grandfather at the time. Like my friends here at CLC, one of whom actually spent some time, several of whom I spent time with while I'm here, you need to have people. And like that person who let me cry over the phone and then reminded me of just what I needed to do and helped me pull myself together, have a tribe that will roll deep for you. Y'all know what that means? Roll deep for you, in the cut where I come from, that's what you call it. You want to have people who will tell you when you're wrong and who will nurture your spirit along the way. So my story progresses. By Sunday morning, the medical team told us that my father had an unidentifiable mass in his chest, and considerably more testing was needed for diagnosis. They had more questions than answers, and their goal was to keep him stable. Now, given all the testing and consultation needed, it would be at least 48 hours before they would have anything of substance to share with my family. Now, you may recall that I was supposed to start a new job as the president of Montgomery College the next day. Oh, you remember my son Miles I told you about? Airplane, double ear infection. So I called my boss, the board chair, and I explained the situation. I told him that I couldn't leave my father or my son. And while I was truly excited about this work that we were going to do together, my father needed me to support him during this medical crisis. My sister needed me to help make decisions about his care. My grandfather needed me to help ensure that he was taken care of while my father was hospitalized. and my spouse needed me to assist in taking care of a very cranky little boy. So I told him that while I was scared, I was certain that Chicago, Illinois is where I needed to be. And so I would not be there on my first day of work as planned. He listened quietly and thoughtfully to me as my quivering voice grew stronger and more sure of what I was sharing with him. And once I had completed my statement, he simply responded, "That's exactly where you're supposed to be. You wouldn't be the person we thought we'd hired if you'd said otherwise." So my second piece of advice to you graduates, live your values. Even if your voice quivers, your emotions are conflicted, and you are unsure of the outcome. When tested, those values should be your North Star. I then wrote a letter to my college community explaining why I was not going to be there as expected. I asked for their support and understanding as my father experienced this crucial moment, and the response from my board and college community was simply beautiful. Now, during this frantic period, which was heart-wrenching and terrifying, I was oblivious that anyone was watching us. You just don't notice those types of things in the midst of a crisis, but of course they were. The medical staff later told us that they saw two sisters whose love of their father was boundless. My son saw my devotion to both my father and grandfather, and what my college community saw was that I had personal priorities that would impact my work life. It also showed them that despite being an incoming president, I was a person just like every other employee with a family at the college. And I wish I could say that things were smooth and intentional as they looked. At the time, it felt like we were doing a pretty shipshod job of things. Lack of sleep and days of constant hospital coffee and an anxiety about my father's survival caused for a few snippy moments between me and my sister. And as it turns out, well, and you all know that comes with the sistering territory, snippy moments. But as things turned out, folks on the outside never saw those interactions. They saw our love and our civility to one another and to the strangers with whom we interacted. So my third lesson for today's graduating class, even in your toughest moments, when you feel wrung out, frustrated, scared, reflective, you are teaching people about yourself. It may be a new job you're heading to, or neighbors, or to a transfer institution. You teach people what you stand for by your choices and because of your civility toward others. Remember that people are always watching you, both your words and your actions. They will observe both consistencies and contradictions, affirmations and conflicts, values and habits, truths and lies. It is more than first impressions and last comments. It is everything in between. Your truth will be both your intended actions and others' perceptions of just how you occupy this space that you're in. When I look back at my time at the College of Lake County, I can see clearly some of the smaller crucible moments that I faced on this very same campus, in which I lived honestly, even when it was tough, and I didn't realize other people were watching, but they were. I also remember that I had a tribe here, which I've leaned on many times since I've left the college. And because the College Lake County was so accepting and a welcoming place, I felt strong enough to live my values out loud. Today is about starting a new chapter for each of you as graduates, which is why I chose some lessons that have helped me move forward in my own life. Have a tribe that will be truth tellers, your conscience, your cheerleaders, and your nurturers. Let them remind you of just who you are when you sometimes forget. But here's the secret for them. Live a life where your values are active, alive, and abundant in guiding you in the moments of choice. Because it is that certainty, that clarity about who you are and who your people are that will be seen by others. And finally, and perhaps just an added truth as I take my seat, is that you can indeed come back home again. So I want to say thank you to the College of Lake County for letting me come back home again. I want to say congratulations to these beautiful graduates that I've had the pleasure of looking at for the last few minutes here. And to your families and friends who are here with you right now, I want to remind you that if you have raised them well, they will come home again. Congratulations to the College of Lake County class of 2018. Well done.
Thank you, Dr. Pollard, for sharing your story, your life lessons, and your sage advice. I would like to invite Ms. Lynn Harper, Communications Instructor and Faculty Senate Chair, to present the candidates for graduation.
Thank you, Dr. Suddick. On behalf of the faculty, and subject to the completion of all requirements for graduation, it is my honor to present the candidates for the Associate in Arts degree, the Associate in Science degree, the Associate in Engineering Science degree, and the Associate in Fine Arts degree, the class of 2018.
Thank you, Professor Harper and members of the college faculty. Will the candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree please rise? Members of the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to recommend to you the candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree.
Thank you, Dr. Suddick. By virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to confer the Associate in Applied Science degree with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto.
As a symbol of your achievement, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard. Please come forward for your award.
Crystal Peel, honors. Danette Russell, honors. Edgar Sanchez, honors. Caitlin Graw. Alma Medrano, honors. Elizabeth Melendez, honors. Olivia Osorio. Cheryl Perez. Vanessa Quintero, honors. Jane Sanganez, high honors. Bethany Shapiro, honors. Jose Abonce, honors. Jacob Daniel Bennington. Jose Escobedo. Aaron Kuhlander, highest honors. Diego Morales, honors. Leisha Sorelli, high honors. Daniel Aguayo, high honors. Shalyn Carlson. Alexis Dorgan. Adriana Espinoza. Shannon Howen. Roxanne Seminary, highest honors. Joy Sisson, honors. Chrissy Stephanie Wardlow, honors. Stacy Scheck, honors. Jeremy Good, honors. Nicole Gruzzo. Xiomara Hernandez, honors. Larry Montgomery. Miguel Moreno.
Pinal Patel, highest honors. Christopher Taiting Fong, highest honors. Alex Tenorio, honors. Jeffrey Foos, highest honors. Jeff Kendall, honors. Timothy Sauer, high honors. Connie Hammond, highest honors. Megan Healy, honors. Jacob Lanahan, high honors. Brock Lundman, honors. Bridget Russo, honors. Elizabeth Sparks, high honors. Denise Galaviz, honors. Gerardo Lopez, highest honors. Mitchell Wojcik, honors. Miguel Arellano. Jacob Frandreas, high honors. Mark Vincent Galang, highest honors. Dale Henry, high honors. Jessica Mendez, high honors. Jennifer Sandinas. Mark Skupin, high honors. Yanana Nin Figueroa, honors. Amanda Barber. Lynn Ho. Areli Isidro. Lisa Lucy, highest honors. Destiny Molina. Vanessa Tellez. Cecia Trujillo. Mary Wagner.
Peter Suzuki, honors. Trevor Echtenhocker, honors. Emmanuel Habastin, honors. Marissa Page Ninkovich. Johnny Stricker. Karen Benson, highest honors. Ana Flores, honors. Leanne Racy Garces, honors. Erica Gales. Daisha Hill. Shanaz Hopali, honors. Kate Linneman, honors. Courtney Maniligod, highest honors. Stephen Olson, highest honors. Joseph Rivera. Austin Hannah Utili, honors. Ross Janverzosa, honors. Stephanie Zamora, high honors. Noe Mojica, honors. James Sinden, high honors. Lawanda Logan, honors. Charissa Maniligod, high honors. Christopher Chen, highest honors. Elaine Medansky, highest honors. Shora Riasati, honors. Trevor Trevino. Monica Doxey, high honors. Willie Little.
Brandy Heather Chisenhall. Mariana Flores. Taylor Gallagher. Michael Petro, high honors. Amanda Colwell, honors. Evelyn Elby, highest honors. Claire Osada. Callie Pegg. Gladys Abrego. Samantha Daniels. Megan Foley, high honors. Mary Grace Funky, high honors. Ashley Gilmer, high honors. Christine Merrick, honors. Aubrey Maurer, highest honors. Jessica Ramirez. Ashley Rooney, honors. Haley Folland, honors. Khadija Beiche, highest honors. Darielle Billington, honors. Catherine Blom, honors. Maria Garza. Jessica Jeffers. Olympia Mardis. Jasmine Martinez. Ramprawan Srisawat, high honors. Heather Vepley. Steve Schmidt, high honors. Amanda Almodovar.
Heather Anderson. Samantha Arevalo. Kimberly Beausoleil. Manipin Blanchard, honors. Erica Butler. Edwin Chalira. Lindsay Duell. Domenica Dicosola, honors. Ashley Dorner. Cynthia Garcia, honors. Brenda Gill. Dawn Glick. Eileen Gregorio. Claudia Hodge. Shanda Honig, honors. Madalena Ionica, honors. Crystal Jenkinson. Seth Jensen. Anna Kaufman, high honors. Yelena Kokanyuk, high honors. Sabrina Kumar, honors. Kelly Lanners. Anne Marie Robles. Ina Lipitska, High Honors. Jiao Li, Honors. Mirela Angela Marbella Magdadero. Brandy Lee Morris, Honors. Joel Munoz, Honors. Nelida Negron. Vivian Novotnik. Nashe Pete.
Stephanie Perkowski, honors. Rachel Reed, honors. John Rizos. Uvia Sands. Alyssa Tauber. Jasmine Valdovinos, honors. Julie Vasquez. Martha Vasquez Boehm. Jane Walsh, honors. Phaedra Wood, honors. Lisa Hendler, highest honors. Jessica Holm. Carlos Jimenez. Yarisa Mea Duban, high honors. Shelby Peavy. Dorixa Rodriguez. Alexander Trevino. Madison Vales, highest honors. Chloe Williams, high honors. Micah Moore.
Will the candidates for the Associate in General Studies degree please rise? Members of the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to recommend to you the candidates for the Associate in General Studies degree.
Thank you, Dr. Suddick. By virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to confer the Associate in General Studies degree with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto.
As a symbol of your achievement, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard. Please come forward for your award.
Carolina Collins, high honors. Sharon Epps, honors. Iman Ghanem, honors. Michelle Glass. Elizabeth A. Glover, honors. Tracy Granzel. Jordan Horwitz.
Carl William Painter, Jr. Jose Atue Vergano.
Will the candidates for the certificates please rise? Members of the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to recommend to you the candidates for the certificates.
Thank you, Dr. Suddick. By virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to confer their certificates with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto.
As a symbol of your achievement, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard. Please come forward for your award.
Gerardo Martinez. Julie Thomas. Edis Sirkin. Rosa A. Murcia Diaz. Imelda Hernandez. Marisol Para. Christine Resch, honors. Ilianj Mari Stein. Christian Rodriguez. Kelvin Trejo. Kenneth Karasek Jr., highest honors. Adam Larder, honors. Antoinette Brackens. Vicky Herman. Olivia Ludwig. Mike Marshak. Adrian Castillo. Brian Donald. Fitzroy Neil Irwin. Jazzy Johnson. Xiomara Diaz. Diana Tellez.
Ana Vasquez. Charlotte Wesley. Karen Nugent. Lisa Waldron, highest honors. Crystal Sin, high honors. Maida Bobadilla. Julian Cass, high honors. Samantha Silverman. Kadeen Swearinger. Swearinger. Sorry. Had to be one. Beatrice Bueno. Rhonda Leigh Ellis. Jessica Uyghur. Deanna Bear. James Sioni. Sadris Faraz. Jennifer Lopez Camargo, high honors. Eva Gacinica. Nicole Goldstein, highest honors. Jennifer LeBlanc, high honors. Cynthia McGovern, highest honors. Rachel Sims. Aaron Smith, honors. Leslie Wood. Spandana Korankanda. Myra Guzman. Brandy Hatcher. Mark Rao. Mariela Sotelo, honors. Christina Stein. Claudia Williams. Esmeralda Zavela. Odilia Tellez.
I would like to take a moment to recognize faculty and administrators who are retiring from the college. As I mention your names, please stand so that we may recognize and thank you for your contributions to the College of Lake County. Please hold your applause until each person has been introduced. Ellen Anderson, Daniel Dainton, Sandra Groninger, Robin Cassell, Roland Miller, Bruce Moy, Alan Smith, Mary Zenner. You've played an important role in the history of our college, and you will be greatly missed. Please join me in applauding their contributions. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Sam Valenti, Chief of Staff of the Alumni Board of Directors, who will make a few remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Suddick, and greetings from the CLC alumni community, and thank you to the administration, staff, trustees, faculty, honored guests, graduates, and their families and friends. It's very important to ask yourself 3 questions on a regular basis. What motivates you? How are the results? And what needs to change? If the path you're on is positive and productive, keep going. If it is not fulfilling and doesn't feel right, then perhaps you need to shake things up. One of the best ways to change and grow as you move on is to attend events, meet new people, and then keep in touch with those people. As you've heard, it's not just what you know, it's who you know. However, it's also who knows what you know that's important. One of the best ways to make sure people know what you know is to participate in local groups and also keep in touch with us, the alumni community, as you venture out into the world. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Sam. As we end today's ceremonies, once again, I congratulate the graduates and wish you continued success as you move on to the next chapter in your lives as alumni of CLC. I ask the audience to please remain seated until the graduates and faculty have exited the gymnasium. After the recessional, the audience to my right should exit out the garage door behind you, and the audience to my left should exit out the left side of the gymnasium. I invite everyone to please join us for light refreshments and conversation in the tent located outside the main entrance. I hereby declare this 2018 commencement ceremony to be adjourned.